Hey guys, a couple weeks ago I decided to do another Q&A type video to let you know what's been going on the last couple months for me. A lot of big changes, what things are coming up as far as projects and whatnot, and some of your questions. So I really appreciate for those of you who have asked some questions, and I'm going to answer them right now in a couple seconds. But I also wanted to thank everyone so much for subscribing to me so far. I have now over 2,300 subscribers, and that is amazing. This time last year, or around this time last year, I was at Buffer Festival in Toronto, and I was really excited because I just broke 700 subscribers. And now I'm on my way to 2,500. So that's triple the amount of subscribers in the course of a year. And that to me is just amazing. Thank you guys so much for all your following, sharing, commenting. It's been an amazing thing, and I thank you guys so much for that. So first things first, what happened? What changed in the last couple of months? And that specifically is that I moved out to Vancouver from Eastern Ontario. I lived in a near town or near city called Belleville. I put that on a map right here for you. And I basically traveled all the way through the country, took the opportunity to travel all the way through our great country, all the way through almost every province we could hit till we got to Vancouver, British Columbia. And now I'm here in Vancouver, and it's a completely different thing. There's things I'm learning, there's new things, new everything. So it's been pretty exciting. The reason I moved here is I got a job in the film industry working for a company called Ocean Drive Leather, which does all the leather gear for Supernatural, Once Upon a Time, but more specifically Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and I've had my hands on many things that I've talked about on this channel, and I couldn't be more excited, more happier. Getting to meet some of the people behind the scenes was always such a big thing of mine, and which is why I went last April on that big Vancouver trip. So I'm here now, I'm working on the shows, and it's pretty amazing. I would definitely not trade this for the world. It's been incredible. So yeah, a lot of those things I talked about, fan theories and stuff, and I get to see up close. It's kind of neat. Specifically though, there's some questions you guys had, some of the changes. Now, there's been some massive changes coming here, mainly moving across the country. You can only bring so much. So unfortunately, the work I've done on the TARDIS console, I did have a friend offer to take it off my hands and complete it for themselves, but I am still completing mine. I didn't get rid of any of my greeblies or anything like that, and I'm going to be redoing it here. Traveling with it, I was concerned about two things. One, space, and I was concerned about lasting travel. We would have had just enough space to travel with it, but I don't know about how much I could get here. Plus, I didn't know if I'd have space for it, which I do, which is great. So I'm going to be redoing that. I'll get back to the position where it was at and show you guys that. Basically, I'm going to just be CNC cutting the entire thing, working the cost out for that, and then getting it back to that point, ready for the installation of stuff. So there'll be a little bit of a time lag. It'll be a few months yet, so I apologize for everyone who's been really anxiously waiting for that. It's going to be pretty close to what you saw before. Minor changes and tweaks, but for the most part, it's going to be actually, I think, in a better place at that point. So stay tuned for that. I promise it will be coming. Some of the other questions I get from you guys is like, you want me to review things like Obi-Wan costumes and other things that are great things. I definitely will get to those points. A lot of times I only review things I have in my possession. I don't really go out to get things, or I don't just extrapolate things that I see. For instance, like the Legacy Edition Red Ranger helmet. If I get my hands on one, I will review it, but until I get one in my hands, I don't know about reviewing it that way. So if there's anything that you guys want me to review specifically, let me know, and I will take a look at it, and we'll go from there. Obi-Wan, I can talk about Obi-Wan's costume at the very least, and have a breakdown of that, because I do know that one quite well. So for those of you that have been wanting that kind of thing, I can come, but depending on product reviews themselves, I kind of want to have a product. Also had some people ask me what I thought about Gotham's costumes and Suicide Squad costumes. I think they're great. The greatest thing is seeing the difference between the TV and the film industry version of those costumes. It's pretty cool. Like Katana, for instance, is a completely different costume, and yet still from the same character. And it's not like I have a preference over TV versus film or anything like that. Obviously, anything I work on myself in the future for these shows, I may have a little bit more of a bias towards. But for the most part, it's pretty cool. I do like what they did. I like that they've done different things in all mediums. Like, for instance, the Superman costume that Tyler Hoechlin wears compared to the Superman costume that Henry Cavill wears. Very different suits, very different takes. I don't think one is better than the other. There's some things I like more in one that I like the other. For instance, Tyler Hoechlin's logo is amazing. The glyph is cool. I love the way it looks. It's very classic, and I like the way that Henry's boots and so I even like the Kryptonian on him. It's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. It's kind of alienish. So I am excited about that. So for the most part, I like them. They're really cool, and seeing superhero costumes come back in vogue in a way is pretty cool. I'm really excited the fact that you can actually, it's no longer an embarrassment to have a superhero costume or a supervillain costume, and I attribute that a lot to the way Marvel and DC has been really pushing their properties right back from camp to seriousness, and I like that. So it's really cool. I can't wait to see the future costumes as well for upcoming movies and whatnot. That's pretty cool. The fact that they even did Harley Quinn's costume in Suicide Squad as the actual classic Harley Quinn is pretty cool. And one of the questions I had specifically was asking how to get in the industry, and this is a question that's hard for me to even answer. So as I just mentioned at the beginning of the video, that I moved here to work in this industry. I was offered a job based on some of my skills that I had, and with the intention of learning more skills and to learn new things. And one thing that I went to school for graphic design. I went 3 years in London, Ontario, to Fanshawe College, got my degree, and I worked for well over a decade as a graphic designer. And I learned a lot in that time of things I like and didn't like. And I love printing and I love designing. It's still a huge part of my life one way or the other. However, some of those skills can easily translate. Some of the creative mind, the different aspect can really attribute. So some of the things I'll be doing will completely change the face of the current superhero and supervillain costumes because of some of my skill and some of the things I really already understand how to do. So I'm really excited to attribute some of that. So really, the transferable skills is a big thing. Learning what you can do, how you can push it, how you can transfer a skill here to here and really push it and be unique about it. So that's the one thing I've always wanted to do, is be unique and learn things and attribute things and just expand my knowledge. And in the last year, a lot has happened in that. Even from like the TARDIS console, that has been a huge learning curve of how CNC, laser cutting, tracking things down, attributing them, and I'm going to be learning more, especially as I get into the proton pack and everything else as well. That's electronics, and pushing that in there as well. I'm learning a lot on how that all works. So, plus I'm learning 3D modeling finally, and it's something I've been pushing off for many years. So, ability to learn new skills and whatnot, and making yourself available is the only way I can really see that I got myself in the position I'm in now. And it's pretty crazy. I still don't actually believe that it's happened, but for the most part, getting in the industry wasn't ever my end game. It's not that I ever really thought I want to make costumes for movies. I always thought it would be cool, or make props, that's cool, but to be actually in it is completely different. And so as far as advice, all I can say is be true to yourself, learn the skills you need to learn, and see how you can push them and get to know some people and get in there that way. That's the only thing I can say is learn and push yourself. So hope that answers your questions. Guys, it has been so amazing. I know this video is a little long, but I thank you so much for sticking with it. I have some exciting things upcoming. I have more props. I have more costumes. Don't worry, there's lots to talk about. I have lots of props coming in, lots of costumes coming in. One prop I'll show real quick right here in a drawer I have. Is going to be painting and getting this guy ready. I can't wait. This is the Mal Reynolds pistol from Firefly, something I've been really wanting to do for a long time. And so I'm going to be prepping this, painting this, and we'll probably have a video about it in the future. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Plus I have some other things I've been really pushing off. So I can't wait to show that to you guys. Thanks so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for, even though there's a couple months of just videos of me just talking, that you guys have, stuck with me, still watched, still liked, still subscribed, still commented, still stayed true and follow me on this journey. It's been crazy. If you haven't seen my videos of my trip out here, be sure to click in the link below for my vlog channel, which I also haven't updated a lot, but for the most part it does have my whole trip here. So it's kind of crazy. I still can't get my head wrapped around it. Being in a situation where I can hold Green Arrow's hood, that's kind of cool. Especially after looking at that costume a year ago at San Diego Comic-Con for the first time. Now I actually do stuff with it. So it's amazing. It's incredible, and I wouldn't be here without the support of my friends, my family, and you guys. All of you, your support to bring me to this point has been amazing. So guys, thanks so much. Continue to watch, continue to subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys next time.